Chaz and AJ in the morning. So I went to see The Conjuring over the weekend, and it was the scariest movie I have ever seen, ever. Oh, my God.
And you see a lot of scary movies. So
I'm a scary movie person.
If you saw it and you got scared, I ain't entering the building at all.
Oh, yeah. What a great way to see it in a packed movie theater, because it reminded me of why I go to the theater. It's to experience something together as a group.
Yeah.
And like an action movie, like you're not really. We were all scared at the same time. We'd laugh at the same time. Right. It was a lot of fun to watch it with a group. But man, it was scary. I was like, right from the beginning of the movie to the end, it just never stopped creeping you out.
Yeah.
And what a great tribute it is to Ed and Lorraine Warren. I've been talking to them since I was doing the overnights back in the 80s on this station.
Yeah.
And it was just a great tribute to them.
Cool.
And it was... It makes The Exorcist look like a friggin' cartoon.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Very, very scary. It like got into my head. Like I was home last night walking around and it's dark in the house. I'm like, oh, son of a... It's in my head.
Right. Turn every light on. Lock every door.
Yeah.
Go to sleep with a rifle in your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't let any limbs fall off the
Cat
bed.
better not move tonight.
Yeah.
Michael Salerno, Ghost Hunter, is on. He's been on the show before. Hey, did you see the movie?
Oh, yeah.
What'd you think?
I thought it was awesome. Lots of scares, and definitely the movie portrayed Ed and Lorraine Warren true to life, how they actually investigated cases.
Not only that, what I really appreciated, because just knowing Ed and Lorraine, and you don't have to know them well, but that was one of those love stories. Like they were deeply, deeply in love.
Oh,
and that came through in the movie.
Yes, he did not want anything to happen to her, and she just loves him so much and still does.
So, did you know about this Rhode Island story? The story's based on a house in Rhode Island that Ed and Lorraine exorcised, and they never really talked about it on their tours or anything.
No, I know a lot about the case from talking to Lorraine and her son-in-law, Tony Spera. So I do have a lot of information about the case.
Well, what did you think? Like, was it pretty consistent?
Yes. The facts of the case are very consistent in the movie. There was artistic license taken, as in any Hollywood movie.
You have to.
Right.
Yeah.
So, some things were made maybe a little bit more scary. There were a lot more, jolts and jumps.
Yeah, well, I want to see a movie that scares me. I don't want to see a documentary. Documentary.
No,
you know
what
I mean? Yeah.
But yes, the house was owned by the Perrin family, and apparently before that, they Ed and Lorraine did some research, and it was owned by a witch that was traced back to the Salem witch trials, and her name was Bathsheba Sherman, and she had killed her baby at the house with a large nail, and drove it through the child's head. Yeah, which is sick. And that nail is actually in the Warrens Occult Museum. They did find it. And then she later hung herself and cursed her land, that anybody that bought any part of that land would end up having a curse put on them. It ended up being a demon coming. So
yeah. And as they split the land up, it was a 200-acre farm. Bad things were happening to the other people.
See, that's why you don't subdivide.
But the house itself, bought by, this couple, and they have kids, what was it, 4 girls? And you just know from the first night in the house.
That was the epicenter.
I'm not going to give away a lot.
Okay, good.
Something happens the first night. They wake up in the morning, they're like, It's like, okay, right there, that's weird. But then some other things happen. And by the time the pictures fall off the wall, I'm like, all right, kids, get in the car.
Yeah.
Why are you staying in the house?
Right, you see the car going down the street, the tires smoking.
Oh, yeah, we'd be gone.
Yeah,
But
they couldn't afford to move. They didn't. They put all their money into that house, and this thing was showing itself to some of the family members and not to all the family members. So you know,
creepy. Such a
it causes
creepy movie. AJ,
controversy.
you have to go. We have to go this week.
We do.
You will not be able to sleep for 3 weeks.
Oh, good. Well, since it's that way, you can sleep with something I don't need.
Such a great movie.
I'm good.
So that was.
There's one underlying message in the movie that I know Ed Warren would have loved to have seen, is that they didn't have all the technological tools that we have today to prevent hauntings, but their main tool that they used was their faith in God.
Right.
That was their main tool, and that's showed pretty well in the movie. I mean, the church didn't want to get involved because the family wasn't a religious family.
Yeah.
They didn't belong to a church, and Ed ended up doing a minor rite of exorcism right out of the Ritual Romanum.
That's pretty creepy because he's doing the exorcism, and it's like, man, this could go wrong. And like the thing is getting madder.
Yeah,
it's like you're only irritating it. You better shut this down pretty quick. And you're thinking, man, this could go horribly wrong right now.
How to exercise at home.
And even though you know that Lorraine and Ed don't die in that house, I mean, it's still creeping you out.
Yeah.
You think like it was really something. It was really well made, and I'm still creeped out about it. Great movie.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
And that was another cool kind of throwback when you see all the gadgets that they had and how unsophisticated they were compared to like today's ghost shows. But they were like that. They were on the cutting. Like they started that whole, let's catch it on a camera kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they had a Super 8 camera and a tape recorder and a black light. That's about all they had back then.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I got to hit a break here. Michael Salerno, Ghost Hunter, thanks for coming on talking about The Conjuring. Appreciate it, man.
Anytime, guys.
All right, talk to you soon.
Chaz and AJ.